Hey everyone, we're back to do this again. And pretty much, if you've been following me before, let's just ignore everything from that I made in 2022. It was a good year for learning many lessons, but you know how you kind of pray and it's like, hey God, I wish I could just live this part over again and make different choices. Well, it's not so much that He puts you in the past, but He allows you to be able to make better choices by putting you in the same situation. So that's where I kind of find myself in. So for this year, I'm gonna focus on being my true self. In essence, my goal is to be completely and fully myself, my weirdness, my vices, my virtues, just everything, and seeing who can accept that, and also growing along the way because I should never be the person who I was yesterday and always moving toward being who I was created to be. So as you can see, the patron for my overall 2023 goals is the Holy Mother, and the main focus is trying to be my true self, and I think that she embodies that perfectly, especially as a beautiful and wonderful servant of God. Which leads into my first category and first goal, which is in faith. And the patron is Saint John, and he's my personal patron saint. And I need to focus on obedience. 2022 was about trust, and I actually gained a lot, and I know that everything will be okay in the end. However, all the problems happened because I decided to just not obey, especially parts that I do know that I need to focus on. And for January, it's pretty much just embracing the discomfort that comes with obedience because it's not going to feel good, and change never does. Nor will I like it. I'm probably going to be complaining a lot and everything, but focusing on the day at hand will make it a little bit easier, and trying to let go of whatever happened in the past. And it's like, okay, it is what it was, and what will be, will be. For the category of family, which is family and friends, pretty much, what I'm going to be doing there is focusing on having quality bonds. I used to be someone who wanted to have a lot of friends, be popular, etc. But being a military kid and military myself, people come and go, and it's just the flow and facts of life. So right now I'm going to be focusing on quality friendships, and for this month in particular, not chasing or trying to earn friendship, because I used to have a problem with trying to buy friends or make myself needed by them. And as that doesn't provide the quality, intimate friendships and bonds that I'm looking for. So I'm going to be working on that and pretty much reviewing who I should be investing more time to, especially since my free time is going to be very restricted soon. Also, the patron saint for family and friends is Saint Joseph, because adoptive father, just like my dad was adopted, I just think it's a cool thing, especially since he's protector of the family. In fitness, my patron is Saint Sebastian, because just hearing his story, and I encourage you to go read it if you don't know, he's just a badass. So chose him to help me in this area. And when it comes to my goal overall for 2023 is to be at 12% body fat, because at that point you'll be able to see abs and just looking good. And I always wanted to see what I would look like at that kind of level of fitness. For this month, my goal is to get about 230 pounds or less, seeing how it is. Today I weighed myself this morning at 241, and I do know a lot of that's water weight, especially considering what happened in the holidays. So I'm pretty much going to be making choices. And the other thing that I have to work on is self-denial, especially since I'm an emotional eater or emotional drinker. Pretty much just food and emotions go together for me. So I'm going to be working on self-discipline in that area and finding other ways to handle emotions in a healthier, non-expensive or expensive monetary wise and calorie wise. So there we go. So in the field of finances, I have Saint Matthew being my patron saint, and one reason is because he was a tax collector, so he's just good with money in general. And my end goal is to have, for 2023, is to have $100,000 in all my various accounts united together. I know that's not how it works for like net worth and everything, but it would just be a cool goal to reach for me personally. And unfortunately, I do know better, but 2022 was an expensive year, and me pretty much spending money in a way that was not wise and dipping into my emergency savings account to such a degree that I didn't have anymore. So right now it's rebuilding that, and also finding out that 2022 taught me it's always the small purchases that I don't think about, or pretty much covering for other people that I think is a small amount, that tends to just screw up the whole budget plan that you have. So I'm gonna pretty much take every paycheck that comes in, sit down and see what I know is coming up in the time ahead and set that up, and I'll go into greater detail in the future. In education, I have St. Scholastica, and the reason I have education as a pillar is because I believe that you should be learning every day. There's always fascinating things in this world, and I just don't know everything, and some things I do know were wrong in the past. So it's one of those things that kind of helps, especially because I am argumentative and I love debating people, so I just don't want to end up looking like an idiot. So end goal is to have a great in-depth knowledge of social media, especially because I plan on going into this field after the military and wanting to do better and be able to present the best product that I can, especially just good quality videos that will bring entertainment and happiness to those who watch it. For a January focus is getting back into the habit of daily learning. So I have a playlist called T1 and another playlist called Inspiration. So T1 is pretty much a series of videos that talk about history, finances, politics, what's going on in the markets, history, so various subjects that I find personally fascinating and also help motivate me to go on and reassess my choices pretty much daily. And then Inspiration are the YouTubers that I actually want to be like, that I find fascinating and inspire me to make my own videos. For career, it's St. Michael, mainly because I'm in the military and he's protector of military personnel in the US. And my goal, career-wise, is not so much Navy focused. I do plan on serving well and taking care of the sailors that are with me. However, my focus career-wise is looking more down past Navy into my retirement, and I'm hoping to get about 1,000 subscribers this year. And I will focus on, for this month, keeping schedules such as today. I said I would do it on January 1st. I didn't want to, but I'm gonna hold on to the schedule that I have, and also producing quality work. This video is gonna be a little bit different because it doesn't have as much B-roll as I would want, but this is just a starting point to be able to also show progress over time. And the last field, but definitely not the least, is romance, and that patron saint is Saint Raphael. If you know the story in the Book of Tobit, he pretty much helps deliver, I believe it's Tobit, but he pretty much is one who helps find people their soulmates or the partners that they're meant to be with in life. And my goal for this year is to actually be in a healthy relationship, dating by the end of the year. And also, I'm just leaving that up to God. So one thing is, for this month, I'm going to work on my personal vices because I want to be the best person I can. And also, I'm just not in a place that I would be comfortable dating because of my insecurities. And not so much because I think I'm ugly. I do know I'm overweight. I'm pretty much obese by scientific standards, and no, I don't think I'm ugly. It's just I'm fat, and because I have an ego that I also need to work on, I want to get to a place where that's not going to become an issue further down the line, because if I develop jealousy out of insecurities, that's just going to cause a problem for the romantic area of my life in the end. Also, I do have a crush and everything, so praying about that, and we'll see how that goes. I'll take you along with that journey, and we'll probably go more in depth, because I do plan on being more active in the dating scene after Easter, which is April 6th this year. So I hope that I presented my goals and that you understand where I'm trying to go. I hope that you have your own goals and your own ways of doing things. I pray that your journey this year will be amazing, that you grow and prosper and have a lot of joy and peace in this life. And I ask that you please pray for me and that I succeed in these things and that you can follow along and see how everything interconnects together. If you're interested in watching this journey, please subscribe, follow along, and keep me accountable to all the things I've said. Until next time, be blessed.